Hey, what's up, people? I'm back. When I heard that Trump thing about the airports, I was so freaked out, I was speechless. So I'm back. All right. I wonder how people can support this, how people can continually keep overlooking his ridiculous remarks, his seemingly unintelligent speech, everything about him. And, uh, and then there's a lot of older people like Trump, the baby boomers and whatnot. Honestly, I think one of the biggest things is when about 20 or 30 years ago, they announced that in the year 2030, 2040, that white people, that Caucasians would become a minority. Yeah, I think that, honestly, I think that scared the hell out of all the baby boomers. I think that's played a huge role in getting Trump elected. And then once Obama became president, I don't think the baby boomers spoke up or these bigoted people said much about it. But once Trump came along and they felt like they were giving the middle finger to the political correctness and all that. You know, get back to the good old white-based country. That's what I think. And then a lot of older people have Social Security and other income, pensions and whatnot. And Trump and the Republicans systematically tear down, are dismantling the Social Security and all those safety nets. And I wonder how these older people can still vote for him. It's like I see people voting against their own best interests or the best interests of their family. Say they have handicapped people or people on disability in their family. And they still support this man, even though his policies are hurting their own family right now or in the future, and they still support this man. And honestly, I hate to say this, but I really think that their fear and bigotry overcomes their common sense and their compassion for their own family sometimes. That's what I think. This whole trickle-down nonsense, it didn't work with Reagan. I don't know how you could trick a hardworking man that's living paycheck to paycheck, how you could get a billionaire with gold freaking toilets to come up to him and tell him, vote for me and give me money and tax breaks, and it'll come back to you. It'll trickle down to you. And have these people believe it. Now, how do you think these people, okay, I don't want to have a bad thought about everybody, but billionaire, millionaire, they generally get rich by looking out for their own best interests. Like when Trump got elected, I mean, do you really think he's going to vote? Who do you think comes first, the American people and their prosperity, or Trump and his prosperity and his family's prosperity? Who do you really believe? Do you really believe for a second that he takes the American people before his own? I mean, come on. You guys say you voted for him for his own winning personality, his winning character. You know, the way he talks about I'll win at any cost. And that being said, he's going to look out for himself first. He's going to always put himself first. He's more or less almost just come out and said that. You know, so I just don't. I mean, he might have been a good businessman or whatever. He might have been good in the whole New York real estate scene. But as far as being a compassionate, thoughtful, world-orientated leader, I mean, I just think he's the worst choice possible. I think a lot of Trump supporters voted for him. I think a lot of people voted for him. I don't know. I think they just enjoyed giving a fuck you to the rest of the country. Yeah, I'm gonna elect this fucking idiot. You know, and there's nothing you can do about it. I've had it with the political system, and this is who I'm voting for, the biggest idiot of them all. So fuck you and fuck the political system. I honestly believe that I think that, you know, I think that was in the back of a lot of people's heads. Another thing, okay? Hillary, Obama, they're gone, man. They're inconsequential. Us Democrats, us liberals, I don't care about, you know, she's a grandmother living in New York, man. babysitting her grandkids. She's no longer in politics. She's not gonna be. She's out. She's gone. Obama, he's gone too. And it's almost kind of sad how Trump and his supporters just keep replaying this moment of perceived victory. Just bashing. And it's more in their minds than in the Democrats or liberals' mind. We're looking ahead to like Biden, Bernie, Beto, and the women. And that's what's on our minds. That's what's on our tongues these days. Not Hillary, man. Hillary's old news. And it's just how Trump constantly keeps bringing it up, and just she's like his pet punching bag, And I mean, hey, have at it, but why don't you go after Biden, man? And he's because I personally think he's a tough guy. I think he'll give Trump a run for his money. I think that's exactly who we need. Democrat, liberal, not liberal necessarily, but somebody that speaks his mind, is relatively unapologetic about it. A tough guy, yet a Democrat. I think that's exactly who we need to go against Trump. So I know I wandered here off subject and whatnot. I got to get back to my workout. All right, people. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I hope it was safe. And I hope the rest of your weekend is fantastic. Okay? Take care, people.